Hey internet friends, so today I had a person ask me in the comments section about the Jack and Lilly case, and this kind of like let little light bulbs off in my head, and it says, commented, I'm confused, why would she, talking about Malehya, use Daniel's phone? Wouldn't she use her own phone to call the people who picked up Lilly and Jack? I don't believe the speculation of her sending the kids off at all. And this makes sense. So supposedly, and this is actually documented, that Malehya did use Daniel's phone at 6:18 a.m. on Friday to call Jack and Lilly's school. And that time, Janie, Daniel's mom, said that she walked out of the camper after hearing Malehya and the kids outside, and Malehya told Janie that the kids were in the woods. Okay, so wouldn't Malehya have to use her own phone to call these so-called ghost riders to come pick up the kids? So I'm not really buying this statement either. At first I kind of thought, well, maybe she was really trying to get away from Daniel. Maybe she was trying to get away from him and she couldn't hand the kids to anybody because he wouldn't let her see family. He wouldn't let her have family over. So she just gave the kids to family members somehow in a secretive way because he never leaves the house and yada, yada, yada. So now I'm thinking, yeah, the kids, definitely, something happened to the kids. And I want to say, in my own opinion, I think something happened to those kids Thursday night. Thursday night at like around 7:30 p.m. to in the morning around that 6 o'clock area, and with the grandmother Janie, or not grandmother but Janie, Daniel's mom, doing that pothole business and all that stuff, and then the neighbor saying there was a supposed party on Wednesday or Thursday night. Now we know the children were seen in public on Thursday. RCMP has definitely stated this for a fact, that they were seen on camera. This is without Daniel's little inputs and without anybody's inputs. This is just directly from the RCMP. They were seen on camera with family members. Okay, I'm just going to say family members, even if you think it was with Daniel and Malehya. I'm just going to say family members. And then we know that Malehya made a call to the school at 6:18 a.m. Friday morning from Daniel's phone. So in between the time that the kids were seen on camera to the time that police were called and they came out, what happened? What happened there? Somebody needs to come forward and be truthful and stand up for these two kids, because this has gone on for way too long and there's too many adults involved in this situation, in my opinion. And in my honest opinion, for the homeowner, which is Janie, Daniel's mom, not to come out and speak regarding these two children to the police or whoever, that's a big red flag to me. And hearing Miss Belinda say they were overly upset and all this, and with Daniel's brother Justin, what happened? Somebody needs to come out and say something. I'm telling you, this is crazy. I'm going to show you some more text messages here in a minute from Daniel. He wrote more messages the other day, and it's always about Malehya and all this stuff about Malehya. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, I believe all four of those adults on the property, yes, Justin included, Justin, Janie, Daniel, Malehya, they know what happened to those children, in my honest opinion. And somebody needs to come forward. Okay, Daniel says, yeah, she wanted birth certificates, school pics, and one stuffed animal for Lilly and Jack. No good thing. She went on and on about trauma for the first year and over. I had to tell her to stop it. Yes, it's not her hiding them. It's very odd how he mentions this stuff. And then he goes on to say, I can't go on to that reservation she belongs to. It's dangerous for me. What? And then he says she doesn't have the mental foresight to understand the complex nature of what she was about to do. 2 missing kids at the same time, 1 in a million. She fell in love with Meadow, and Jack and Lilly fell to the way to the side. And I took care of Lilly and Jack. She only took care of Meadow. I think that's a lie, in my opinion. Let's look at the next one. Okay, I'm guessing the other person was just cropped out of this, but it says, she will go as long as she can, but will crack after mental health is put to the test with exams. I'm saying too much. I believe that the kids are alive and Malehya knows who took or drove off with them off the property. Malehya will crack soon. Then Daniel keeps going on. He says, not one person in her family speaks to bring the kids home. Well, that's a lie right there. Belinda does. And then he says, no one knew. It started after Meadow was born. She also said the kids were in the woods. Stupid me to believe, and I searched and searched. They can't, then the kids would be moved to a different location. I don't know what that means. But Daniel, you and your searching and your odd comments is very... Daniel continues to say, she doesn't want them, only Meadow. Wow. And then he continues to say, Daniel, or a lady says, Daniel, was Malehya good around your kids? He says, my kids, yes, great with mine. And then he says something about a Barbie top is here at my place. I have no idea what that even means. Continues to say, I have everything the kids own and all of Malehya's belongings as well. Nothing took nothing except 2 of my shirts she stole. One dark navy blue and one white. The clothes were there that morning. By whom? I don't know what that means. But if you remember, he was blaming Malehya for taking 2 sweaters in a text earlier a few weeks ago, saying if those 2 sweaters of his were found out there in the woods by the children, if the children were found out there, then he was being set up. In my opinion, this is all right, continue. Can you please tell us, Daniel, what you believe Lilly and Jack were wearing? He continues to say, I wore both during the search, navy blue in the first night and the white one the second day. So he's saying that the 2 sweaters he was wearing, which it didn't look like he was wearing sweaters. It looks like he was only wearing that one tap-out shirt that he has when he went out searching that day. But that's in my opinion. And then he goes on to say, I can't tell you because it's part of the investigation, the clothes that Jack and Lilly wore. But I thought he said that he didn't know what kind of clothes that they were wearing. And then he went back and said Jack was wearing brown shirt, brown pants, and Lilly had her backpack and pink boots. So there's so many different stories with him. It's just mind-boggling. This one really doesn't say much. He just says the kids, and then the kids. This person wants to know what they were wearing. Keeps asking. He says it was normal days for me, but she had different plans. I don't know what he's talking about there. They don't have on what we think they had on. I'll leave it there. I'm playing with fire, speaking out. Guys, there has been so much hogwash in this case here. The only thing that should matter are the 2 children. And it seems like Daniel's blaming Malehya. And then you have Malehya taking pictures of herself at the beach. Yeah, go to the beach. That's fine to think. But to have a girl's day out and post it on Snapchat when your kids are supposedly missing, come on now. That's crazy to me. That reminds me of Casey Anthony, just in my opinion. But these adults need to come out and tell the police where Jack and Lilly is. This has gone on for far too long. Like, share, and subscribe.